With World Cup fever in the air, Carlsberg have been doing their part to build up the excitement leading up to that much anticipated festival of football. Celebrating the launch of its football tour extravaganza with Team England, Carlsberg hosted the Carlsberg Futsal Cup last week, which saw a special appearance by John Barnes, former Liverpool and England football legend. Taking time out from his busy schedule, Barnes shared his World Cup opinions with us, starting with England's prospects in the World Cup.
The England team, I think, have got a good chance, as they have in their previous World Cups. Fabio Capello has been playing consistently well. I think it's important they keep their big players fit. So you need Rooney, you need Gerrard, you need Lampard, you need Terry, Ferdinand, you need them to be fit. But of course, Brazil and Spain are the favourites because they're the two best teams. England are in a good group, so we expect them, and if you look at the draw, it's quite favourable for them to go all the way through to possibly even the semi-finals, and then after that it's a one-off, so anything can happen.
And apart from England, which other teams does he see lighting up the tournament?
The bookies' favourites are Spain, but I think Brazil have got the experience of World Cup. Spain have done themselves a huge favour by winning the European Championships because they've always had a good team but not necessarily won, and they've always felt that the Spanish team are very, very good, but they couldn't win a tournament. Now they've won the Euros, it shows that they can.
And being the first World Cup to be held in Africa, surely the African nations have a great chance of making an impact in the tournament.
It is a great chance for them, and for one of them, not necessarily South Africa, but I think that Ivory Coast, you could argue, in terms of the players they have, would be one of the favourites. Unfortunately for them, they're in a very difficult group with Portugal and Brazil. Although in saying that, Portugal just drew with Cape Verde Islands, so Portugal aren't playing particularly well. So Ivory Coast will probably look as if they're probably going to be the strongest African team. But you got Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Algeria. I don't think it's going to be like the 2002 World Cup when it was in South Korea and Japan, when we saw USA in the quarterfinals, South Korea in the semi-finals, Turkey in the semi-finals. I think that the big boys will get to the latter stages, but I expect one of the African teams, don't know which one, to probably get to the quarters or semis.
And finally, the last word on some of the players we can expect to shine at the tournament?
Football is a global village now, so I'm not going to tell anything that you don't already know. You know everything that's going on in Europe, South America. You look at the Messis, the Kakas, the Ronaldos, you know, the Steven Gerrards, the Wayne Rooneys. I don't think there's going to be any, because we know who the superstar players are, and I don't think there's really going to be any unknown. Probably an unknown team who could do very well is Serbia, because Serbia qualified well in the group and they've got lots of good players who a lot of us may not know about. So it is a dark horse, but Serbia could do very well. But I don't think you can look past. And if you talk about players of the tournament, the players of the tournament is going to come from one of the teams who gets to the final. You know, you're not going to have a player who's a fantastic player, gets knocked out in the first round or the quarterfinals to be player of the tournament. So I think it'll probably come from one of the big 4 or 5 teams.
The Carlsberg Futsal Cup saw 16 teams consisting of Carlsberg staff, the media and football fans from the Liverpool Supporters Club Malaysia competing in friendly matches. At the end of the tournament, the team from Liverpool Supporters Club Malaysia was the lucky team to emerge as champions and was presented with a trophy and a cheque for 10,000 ringgit. During the event, Carlsberg, who is the official beer of Team England at the World Cup, unveiled the Carlsberg tour bus that will be travelling across Malaysia throughout the World Cup, filled with cheerleaders, percussionists and football fanatics whose goal is to create a fun party atmosphere during the tournament. As for the event's resident football legend, Barnes spent the day taking photographs and signing autographs with the fans. The friendly and approachable Brit also took the time to run a football clinic and, together with the Carlsberg management team, play a leisurely exhibition match against the newly crowned champions of the Carlsberg Futsal Club.
The World Cup belongs to the world, and it's embraced by players, it's embraced by fans. Now the excitement that a player may feel is no different to the excitement the fans feel. The World Cup is just the biggest sporting tournament in the world, and as a fan now, I'm not playing anymore. I get as excited as a player. It's probably not as nervous, and I look forward to it more. From the rest of the world perspective, enjoy it.